So the UK police arrested this cute little blind man who's such a cute sweetie man, and we love him. They arrested a blind man for being at a pro-Palestinian demonstration. They were arresting cute blind man, and he looks like such a sweetie, and 10 out of 10, I would be his surrogate granddaughter and have a cup of tea with him. He seems like a delightful fella. Look at this beautiful man. Look at him. They were arresting him because he's a sweetie, and his sweetness makes them realize how evil they are, and they can't handle it. How sweet he is makes them, you know, makes them like see their evilness and get angry. Stupid cops. Stupid cops. Don't arrest this beautiful man. He literally has no eyes, and he's in a wheelchair, and they're wheeling him off. Like, wow, tough dudes, tough dudes. At least everyone will be nice to him in jail. Even like the toughest criminals will like probably help him chop up his food and stuff. Because he's a nice boy. Thank you, Cassie Servos. I would call her Cassie Servos. Hey, Cass, go down to the servo. Oh, I need a Farmers Union iced coffee and a 4 and 20 pie. Get on your bike, love. Off you go. Oh, this is another story about people being mean to the disabled. Delta's been recommending me stories, and I have been actually doing show prep. So look at me. I'm evolving as a person. I am growing. This made me so sad, especially because Black Labradors are one of my favorite dog breeds. I love Black Labs. They're so fucking cute. How could you... Dude, if I was an Uber driver and I had the chance for a Labrador to come in my car, I would volunteer to be that guy's Uber driver every single fucking time. Okay, every single fucking time. I'd be like, no, get him in my car. Actually, you might have to stop me from kidnapping your dog because it's so cute. Obviously, I would never kidnap a guide dog, but I do like them. It makes me sad when I see guide dogs sometimes because I know they're working and I can't pat them. And I look at them and I have to squeeze my hands together and go, no, Panda, you can't pat them because they're working and you'll distract them. And I'm like, but they're so cute. I really want to. And I like have to have like this inner turmoil, this argument within myself because it's like, but why do guide dogs have to be so cute? Because I want to cuddle them and I want to pat them and I want to kiss them, but I can't. And it's a very hard thing. It's a very hard thing to reconcile for me. All right. Back to the story. Paralympian Jeremy McClure refused multiple Uber rides with guide dog. Jeremy McClure is a triathlete, long-distance swimmer, and 4-time Paralympian. But getting a rideshare with his guide dog Nina, oh, her name's Nina, has proved one of his biggest challenges. Due to a hereditary condition that developed when he was a teenager, Mr. McClure now has only 2% of his regular vision. Do you know how hard it is for me to not say, I'm Troy McClure? You might remember me from previous videos such as... Get confident, stupid. Anyway, I ended up doing it anyway. So in the end, I exercised no self-control. 2 weeks ago, what should have been a simple trip from his home to Rockingham Station so he could visit his parents in Perth turned into a 2-hour nightmare that only ended when police got involved. The first 2 Ubers Mr. McClure ordered immediately cancelled the trips when they pulled up and saw Nina, saying he could have booked an Uber Pet, a service for transporting animals. I said, mate, she's not a pet, she's a guide dog. And he said, sorry, I'm cancelling your ride. But put the window up and sped off, Mr. McClure told Nadia Mitsopoulos, I think that's Greek, on ABC Radio Perth. Then the second one, exactly the same situation. Guide dogs are not pets. Under the Federal Disability Discrimination Act, it is unlawful to deny entry or service to somebody with a disability because they are accompanied by a guide dog. And the only exceptions are places like operating theatres. The third time Mr. McClure ordered an Uber, he asked the driver to come up close to his front door, explaining that he was vision impaired. When the car arrived, he said he quickly threw his bags on the back seat before hopping in the front seat with Nina before the driver could drive off. He says, no, sorry, you didn't book Uber Pet. I said, hold on, I've already gone through this twice. I'm going to tell you the situation first. I'll explain what she is. I asked him, do you know what a guide dog is? Do you know what discrimination is? And not once could he actually answer that. I explained they go into hospitals, shopping centres, restaurants. They're not a pet. After he refused to get out of the vehicle, the driver took him to the local police station, while Mr. McClure phoned his parents, who also phoned local police on his behalf. Mind you, that was really uncomfortable for me, he said. But there will be people out there that would just get out and they wouldn't be able to catch any car, so I stood my ground. Look at the babies! Yellow labs and black labs. While sitting in the car outside the police station, Mr. McClure received a phone call from a police officer who intervened on his behalf and spoke to the driver on speakerphone. I'm not going to use the exact words, but in a polite way, he said, "You take Jeremy right now to the station, and I don't want any silly business." And the driver said yes. 2 hours later than planned, Mr. McClure made it to Perth. Or still not well understood. Later that night, Mr. McClure noticed his Uber account had been temporarily suspended. When he contacted Uber, he said he was told a driver had made a complaint about him, alleging physical and sexual abuse. How is that? That's so fucking disgusting. That's such a fucking disgusting thing to do to a blind man because you were made to uphold your... Yeah, the Uber driver accused him of physical and sexual abuse to get his account banned, all because he was forced to actually do his job and not discriminate against somebody that has a guide dog. Absolutely disgusting behavior. The account was reactivated, but he said he had 2 more experiences where drivers objected to his guide dog. Well, Uber needs to put out a memo to all its drivers saying, hey, dickheads, you can't do this. If you want to do this, you can't drive for us. But yeah, this is why I always get taxis, right? This is why I don't trust Uber. I don't trust random people driving me around. I feel too unsafe as a woman. I want to know that everything is like fully regulated. And I know Ubers are supposed to have a little bit more regulation now, but I still don't trust them. I don't. I'll always get a taxi every single fucking time. In statement, an Uber spokesperson said the company expected all drivers to comply with laws regarding people with disabilities, including providing services to people with guide dogs. Drivers receive training upon sign up, as well as ongoing education to reinforce these responsibilities. If a driver refuses service, they must pass a knowledge check with 100% success to regain access to the platform. Anyway, that's about it. Is there anything besides Uber in Australia? Yeah, we have taxis. And there's a few other ride-share apps as well, I think. But yeah, I refuse to use them. I feel really unsafe as a woman using Uber. Honestly, I don't trust it. You mean private hire? Yeah, you can hire like a rental car that you drive, and I think you can probably hire like a private driver as well. Those like rich people definitely have like private drivers. Anyway, let's play some freaking Scrandle because that was infuriating. Imagine that. Imagine how petty you would have to be as the Uber driver to be so mad that you had to have the world's cutest dog in your car and that the cops told you to do your job, that you tell Uber that this blind man and his beautiful dog like sexually and physically assaulted you. What the F? Dude, there's so many psychos out there. Like what? You know a limo place near work, you can get a deal. A tub of insects for 45 cents or a curry goat.